Hello. I'm gonna wait till the slide comes up. There we go. It's a big one. I didn't know the screen was gonna be that big, honestly. It looks good though. Okay, so anyway, it's great to be here. Thank you all for having me. I'm Stefan Torres, RN, BSN, no fancy title. Really, I didn't know if I should be up here with all these esteemed people, honestly, and then I saw my name on the program and figured I should probably show up. Probably a good idea. But no, I go by Nurse Stefan, and my fancy title is, in fact, Chief Nursing Officer of my condo. And while they may not sound like that great of a title, or even real, for those of you that know me know that a great deal of change has gone down within the confines of my home. It's where I write and edit all of my online video content. And through the technological means of social media, I've helped people all over the world. And I've done all sorts of nursing, but it didn't matter where I was at or where I am at. The patient education suffers. It's not up to par. Okay, I'm talking about what patients know about their health before they come in, what we give them while they're there, and what they get on discharge. Okay, so I love emergency nursing. It's one of my favorites. But the problem there is that people are acutely ill, in a lot of pain, and it's very busy, so there's not much opportunity to educate. I did some travel nursing on the Hawaiian island of Molokai particularly. I'll never forget there was a time where I was trying to get a patient to give me a urine sample before he left. And I tried every way I knew how. I said, can you void, wee-wee, pee, take a leak, pay the water bill, tap a kidney. It was everything I could think of. And honestly, it wasn't until family members said, Uncle, you go shishi before you go, okay? And I thought, what? We're in America, but still there's these cultural differences with language, behavior, interpretation, and the individuality of each person behind that. So, it's even down in Peru, when I was down there, I noticed one of the big struggles was patients getting to, the hospitals and neighborhood clinics. Very difficult, and it was either logistically or financially, and we struggle with the same things here and all around the world. And so here back in Seattle, I work in post-anesthesia care in phase 1, and if you're familiar with the PACU, you know that most of my patients are sedated with tubes down their throat, or they're still feeling the memory impairment effects of anesthetics. So there's not much opportunity to teach either way there. So I've had this kind of burning desire to bridge the gap in health inequity as far as education goes, as best I could for the most I could. So here's how I've been doing it. I'm just going to try a random button here. I'm going to hope it's the right one. Pink eye. We've all seen it, or heard of it, or had it ourselves. I figured I'd do a little bit of explanation on working on call as a nurse. The American Academy of Pediatrics has new recommendations. Hemorrhoids. Ugh, right? Even the word rubs most people the wrong way, but they happen. Well, let's talk about measles, where norovirus spreads like Nutella on every single thing in my pantry.
I was interested in your opinion on something at work,
which you may have heard of, but you might not quite understand. You'll remember the symptoms of croup: subglottic swelling causing the stridor and the seal bark cough. But the ER's still full. Care about people, help people heal, help people save lives. Don't let reasons like these make you think twice about it. Okay, so thank you. So I use social media to meet people where they're at their convenience, at their discretion. Okay, the socially isolated, whether it's from aging, mental health, disability, whatever the case may be, I get to them the information that they need when they need it. Think about suicide prevention, okay? Depressive, anxious states keep people isolated, stop them from seeking out help, unfortunately. And so, my videos are always readily available online, accessible, in a time and at a place where they feel comfortable and are ready to listen. When I see suicidal ideation on the ER track board or even in patient's history, I don't get real sad. I'm really thankful that they made it to a place where they could get some help, because a lot of my dear friends, and I'm sure a lot of people a lot of people that are out there aren't able to make it to, which is very unfortunate. So I've reached out to the people that are still at home, And really, I had this thought in my head where I wanted to wait until I had this really large audience. I released this a while ago, but I wanted this big audience. I really wanted the world to pay attention to it, honestly, because it meant that much to me. But then I lost another friend to suicide while I was waiting, and then I knew I had to post it. So here's a very brief clip. I hope you can watch the rest on your own.
This reality is no joke. I go to the gym, I hit the supermarket, I see the smiling faces all the time. We can be happy. Life can be beautiful.
Very brief. This is the response I got a night before the night that I did release it. I just saw your video and I'm so glad I did. I'm 17 and on my way to be a nursing student. I've been suicidal since I was 11 years old, and I've tried 12 plus times to kill myself. All the time I've either failed miserably or had a friend stop it. I just want to thank you for posting that video. I saw it while I was in a dark headspace and I have been for a couple months now. Thank you so much, sir. You just saved a life. I hope it reaches many more people. Okay, and so for the deaf of heart and hearing, I caption all of my videos. For the non-English speaking, the subtitles are translated usually into 10 to 30 different languages. They're delivered and accessible anywhere in the world where there's an internet connection, or if there's not, you can download it and take it to a place where there isn't. So when we're talking about reaching the socially isolated with preventative health maintenance, or even really acute life-saving support, I find it hard to find a worthy substitute, honestly. So on a lighter note, my breastfeeding education video did really well. So I'll play a little clip.
But I'm here to give you an easy way to remember the possible benefits of breastfeeding. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I think I might breastfeed. Thank you, you're too kind. I'm here all week. It's an immunologically active substance, meaning it's got antibacterial enzymes, anti-inflammatory properties, cells that fight infection, all sorts of goodies that could help your little love bug fight off all the gunk that's in our world.
Okay, so that was viewed by over 500,000 people, which for a guy talking about breastfeeding for 6 minutes is pretty good. What's really cool is that it was viewed in England more than anywhere else in the world. I didn't share it to any Englishmen, it just found its way there organically, right? So both the UK government and the World Health Organization recommend exclusive breastfeeding for the 6 months of a child's life. And according to the last UNICEF survey, the number of babies in England that are meeting that goal is 1%. Okay, so I make a video. I had no idea about that statistic, and it's all over in a place that desperately needs it, and to me that says something. Okay, so because of that, I got a breast cancer awareness video, and a lot of ones like it. I've created this really fan base of powerful type of people, and that's women. And time and time again, studies have shown that women make the decision. They make the decisions when it comes to family health matters, and they also have the economical spending power in the household, regardless of who's bringing home the bacon. Okay? I get lots and lots of women that follow me, and lots of them are parents that are concerned with themselves, the well-being of their families and their communities. They trust me to give them the health information that's easy to understand, entertaining enough to share with their friends and their family. They share, because of that, they share and engage with my posts every single day. They share their personal stories, feelings, opinions, and experiences, and that is invaluable to us as caregivers. And what I've learned from them is that they're living in a constant state of fear. Fear of sending their children to school because of all the school shootings, all the bullying. Fear of seeking out medical attention because of the absurdly high rate of medical errors that's reported that causes death. Okay, and the infant mortality rate in this country is just sky high. I mean, 11.5 deaths, baby deaths, per 1,000 births in one state. I mean, that's the going rate. And for black children, compared to white children, I think it's over 50% more likely to die as an infant in this country. And so, for me, I can't wonder why less moms are getting prenatal care and giving birth at home, which in some cases, home births is fine. In other cases, it's definitely not. And it absolutely should not be done out of fear and lack of trust of our healthcare system. People are scared and don't trust the hospitals, they don't trust doctors, they don't trust nurses. I hear it every day because they turn to the internet and the pages like mine for answers. And unfortunately, not all pages are like mine, and I see the same process happening in groups all the time. And it's extremely important that we all understand this kind of conversion that happens from trust in their healthcare providers to being led astray from faith in the healthcare system. And this happens within a matter of minutes. I'll give you an example here. And I see this in groups all the time again. A mom posts in one of many mom groups, okay? Says something like, I took my baby to the doctor, had a cold 3 times this month. Doctor says she's fine, can stop breastfeeding. It's been 6 months. Little concerned about that. And so just wondering if that's right? Within minutes, sometimes faster, someone chimes in saying, that's not the recommendation. Your doc gave bad info. Did you get any vaccines recently? Could be from that, okay? Now, babies are vaccinated every few months, so the response is almost always yes. Now, the response to that is, here, let me invite you to a vaccine education group so you can learn more. Now, just yesterday, I saw a no, my child's not vaccinated. And the response was, well, they can pick it up from being around a recently vaccinated child. Here's the link, okay? That parent's as good as gone, right? This is happening almost verbatim, over and over. And if you have any idea how many parents are seeing this dialogue all over the place, all of the time, it's disturbing. Okay, there's an insane amount of bad information on the internet, and that's where people are paying attention and trusting other people. The anti-vax movement is not a bunch of quacks. We all know very smart people that chose not to vaccinate, and that's largely stemming from a place of fear and lack of trust in our healthcare system, which we need to regain for our public's health. Now, nursing is consistently rated as one of the most trusted professions, but just as I can get good stuff to spread around, bad stuff does too. I'll give you an example.
So this was brought to my attention by a number of different people. We all know those personalized bingo games that get circulated around, right? Well, this one is purportedly from a labor and delivery unit in a hospital. Now, of course, we can see how beneficial and essential prenatal care is for mom and baby outcomes. The disparities in access to healthcare in this country are very real. But I think I can speak for most healthcare professionals when I say that this is not only callous and hurtful, but a very distorted demonstration of how we behave and what we stand for as caregivers. I honestly don't care if you're playing bingo, cards, or Mortal Kombat, okay? Don't ever humiliate and stigmatize our profession or disrespect and degrade our patients with nonsense like this ever.
Now, stop the timer real quick, please. Clearly, I don't tolerate this kind of thing online, and there's loads of it online. All these shirts that are being sold that say, remember to be nice to your nurse, we pick our needle size. We pick your needle size, really? Okay, first off, that's a threat. Second off, it's not true. We're supposed to select the appropriate needle size, suitable for the prescribed medication, to accommodate the patient. It's silly. But either way, the public is seeing this. And this is a bad culture that's gotten very popular and it's virally spreading. So not only do we need to use social media to counter this type of behavior that loses the respect and trust of people, but to set an example of how real nurses feel about their patients. See, nursing is a gift to me, but there's a subculture of negativity all throughout healthcare. Thank you. I'm still a staff nurse. I know these things. In fact, I'm on call tonight. Okay? But I see how this happens over the years. We start to lose the passion we once had when we were back in nursing school or med school. Getting our career started when we were like, I can't wait to be a nurse or a doctor. Then for years we do these amazing things day in, day out, and it's like no one really gets it, okay? So then we start to lose sight of these amazing things we do because we're doing them really all the time and nobody in our real lives really understands. So social media allows me to take care of this with a series I called Carpool Consults. Here's a clip. Right, you're a med-surg nurse that transferred to the ER, right?
Yes.
Haley, you work in the NICU. What is that? Right now, you're working in the adult ER, and you came from pediatrics.
I did.
What led you to become a midwife? All right, jumping right in, you're an IBCLC. What is that, for those that don't know? Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and kind of your professional journey?
Although I must say, in my experience, I've been a nurse for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gets pregnant and expects to have a baby that's 4 months early. A lot of times, not a lot of warning about, oh, hey, your baby's coming, and it's coming 4 months early. It's so unexpected.
So you're talking about full term?
Yeah.
What is that usually for? Pro-life school?
Yep, a lot of times the baby will somehow lose oxygen because they took a hit, as we'll say, and their brain can sometimes really be affected.
Yeah.
So those are always the hardest cases.
So talking to a lot of different people in healthcare has a lot of purposes. For the public, they get a chance to hear about all that we do and where we're coming from, what our perspectives are. They also get an understanding of a world that's familiar to us but really foreign to them. The guests I have on are positive representatives for healthcare professionals in different specialties to reset an example of who we are and regain the trust that we lose every single time a news story hits. Okay? Nursing students or even nurses looking for a new specialty, they get the real talk and insight that shadowing isn't even going to give them. Okay? That's career advancement. I told the lactation consultant, Nancy, that our interview wasn't going to be out for a few months, and this is what she said to me. No hurry at all. After our car ride, I've been on fire again about lactation consulting. It really gave me a renewed vigor a renewed vigor and purpose for which I can't thank you enough. When we talk about what we do, especially when the public's paying attention, it reignites that flame, that passion that's invaluable to our success and the outcomes of our patients. And now we got this growing population of the elderly, and we need nurses for them. This is a message from the other day. You've inspired me to change my major from DMS to RN. I want to be a trauma RN and bridge to a nurse practitioner. To me, that's huge, because who knows what you'll go on to do? Who knows? Honestly. But bringing in new nurses, keeping them motivated, and inspiring the ones that lose that motivation, that's what we need. Because I've seen the collaborative practice models fail time and time again because the programs and plans to create a culture of health will only work if each individual is playing along. And it takes a lot of inspiring and empowering to get there. We still sit through orientation where they tell us about the culture that no one ever sees. We see the posters on the wall with someone helping someone else up a mountainside. Okay? But as a practice, I'm a real-life staff nurse, and that's, I've been in many hospitals in and out of the state, and I can tell you that it's not. People need to be proud and excited about what they do in order for anything that's mustered up to work. And just to finish up, I want to say that through social media, I'm influencing people to become healthcare professionals, promoting a positive healthcare culture, and countering a virally spreading negative one, reaching the socially isolated with critical education, and improving the health literacy of our nation and people all over the world, and rebuilding the lost trust between the public and the healthcare system. And my message to the committee and every single one of you out there is that you all can too. Thank you. And I'm sorry for going over. I do have one clip if you'll let me play it. It's 30 seconds long. No? You won't let me play it? I can't exhaust it.
S is for speech. Ask them to say the alphabet or something easy that they'd know. If their speech sounds slurred, or they can't find the letters, or they don't speak at all, that's a problem. Okay, I want you to say toy boat 3 times. Toy boat, toy boat. Toy boat, toy boat. Keep trying. Toy boat, toy. Toy boy, toy boy. Okay. 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. 1-1 was a racehorse, 2-2 was 1-2. 1-1-1-1 race, 2-2-1-1-2. Can you can a can as a can or can a can?
Thank you so much.